Hi, YouTube. How's it going? I'm super excited to be here for a live stream, and I hope everyone is having a fantastic Tuesday. Tuesday so far. So, in my last video, I talked about how I got in my first actual crash on my bike and I pulled or strained or whatever my pectoral muscle, and I thought it was healed because, like, yesterday it felt perfect, the day before it felt fine. And then this, like in the middle of the night, I woke up with pretty severe pain, and now it's like the day that I crashed, and it hurts quite a bit. And I'm not really sure why my pectoral muscle suddenly hurts when I thought I was actually recovering. Hopefully, the pain goes away soon. Also, so for like an hour and a bit, I was hearing my like a smoke alarm in my place just beep periodically, and like it just suddenly stopped, even though it was beeping quite often. And my husband needs to go out and get some groceries anyway, so he's going to get batteries for the smoke detector, smoke alarms, whatever. So if you start to hear that again, I'm really sorry, but we're in the process of getting it fixed. And so like you may hear some beeping, and then if you do, I'll text the husband when I hear him come back in and say like, can you change the battery in our smoke detectors? Already some friends here. How fun. Hi, Monica. Thank you for coming. Oh, Lisa's here. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Charlie. Avery. Hi, Avery. Thank you for being here. I'm on time for once. I'm never on time for any streams, so I feel that. Hey, Gary. Thank you for being here. Some ice might help. Yeah, the doctor told me to use heat. But yeah, I don't know why it's suddenly hurting again. Like to cough and to sniff hurts. Hey from Victoria. Hi, Mark. So if we hear a smoke alarm, you are not in danger. It's not going to be like, "Wah, wah." It's just like the occasional beep, like when your smoke alarm is like starting to like be low on battery, it just beeps occasionally to let you know. Before it was happening like twice every minute, and so it's just like a beep, and then 30 seconds later, beep, and then 30 seconds later, another one. Okay, so today I'm excited to do, my God, what am I doing? So I've never done a video on this guy yet. His name is John Melton. He is an MLM coach, and I think I've seen Aaron Bees do a video on him before, but I felt like I was just doing like the same couple MLM coaches over and over again. I started to recently branch out like a tiny bit with Beach Boss influencers and Sarah Robbins, but I just Googled MLM coaches and then John Melton came up, and then I wanted to talk about this video. He's going to tell us all about the different recruiting mistakes he sees people making in network marketing. So if you have any knowledge or experience with John Melton, let me know. Let me know what you think about everything, and I'm excited to get started.
How many of you have a chicken list? How many of you have a list of people that you're chicken to reach out to, right? There's people that you're connected with that you're intimidated to talk to. This is a major mistake because some of the most
Lots of people have chicken lists because that's what they're told to do. Like people who they're like, this person will never join my team. This person is so smart. This person's amazing. I'm never going to be able to ask them. And we've also heard in Beachbody, a really, really old video of mine, they have something called the dirt list. So people that you would be able to sell dirt to, like your mother, like your best friend, like your spouse. And I'm like, who in the world would want to put their mother on a dirt list? So yes, there's the dirt list, and then there's the chicken list as well. Let me guess, he sort of failed in his MLM and decided to be a coach, makes more money that way. He says him and his wife are still in their MLM. I tried to LinkedIn him and I didn't see any information. Like he was talking about how he like still currently does what he's teaching in his MLM now. But yeah, I feel like you can never find information on these people. I've watched Aaron's videos on John, but that's really it. I don't know much about him. Same. And I think I wanted to do a reaction video, but at some point I may just look through his website because I really like looking at MLM coaches' websites. I let it play for a whole 12 seconds.
Successful people are the most open-minded. That's how they became successful. You might say, oh, they have a Mercedes Benz and they have this beautiful home and they even have a second home and they have this really great job. But what you don't realize is they're just broker on a higher level. Their 401k is now a 101k, right? They're having to work twice as hard for half the money. You guys, listen, people are definitely tightening up right now, but that also means that a lot of people, a lot of your competitors are making less money, right? They're keeping their options open, but they're going to partner with people that are open to reaching out to them, that are proactively, intentionally contacting them. So
even the people on your chicken list are probably struggling financially right now. Their 401k is at lesser value because of the markets or whatever. And so even if someone has a beautiful home or 2 homes and a beautiful car, you still need to reach out to them because they're making less money and they're looking for new opportunities. And you're being told to search people out for their vulnerabilities, right? Like, this person has lots of money, but they must not be spending that much time with their children. They must still be in debt. So we still need to push our opportunity onto them. Excuse me. Why is everything such a secret? Right? Just tell us what MLM you're in, right? Yeah. These kinds of people are always so materialistic. Yep. Totally. Hey, Heather. Hey, ladies on Lions. How's it going? And I think some people like material things. I think it depends on how you were raised, the kind of childhood you had, and that's fine. But I think in MLMs, people assume that every single person wants material items to showcase their wealth, but not everyone wants to have a beautiful, expensive car. Some people just want a reliable car that gets them from point A to point B. Just leave people alone, sir. Yes, Avery. Yes, correct.
That's the first thing I really wanted to share, is that you need to start recruiting up. And another thing to write this down. You definitely want to.
Sorry. Oh my God. You need to start recruiting up. So you need to recruit people on your chicken list who, excuse me, I'm sorry, who you think are more successful than you. So that's interesting. We heard people in Beachbody say you need to recruit the person that scares you. You need to recruit the person that is the person that you are just dying to be. I thought that was interesting. Recruiting up. I can't imagine putting a family member in so much pressure to support my business and then get angry and block them if they don't, right? No is a complete sentence.
To do what we call taprooting. What's taprooting? You should absolutely, number one, be looking to identify projects. What's a project? Somebody you can work with, someone you can mentor. They're coachable, they're hungry. Some of the easiest people to work with are people that someone else enrolled on your team. Now, I know some of you do not have that yet, but for those of you with teams, you should absolutely be connecting with those newest marketers on your team. Why? Because they're new blood, they're new excitement. They got a fresh list, a fresh perspective. Your business is either growing or dying. It's never going to.
Okay, I have a lot to say. So first, I don't know what is wrong with my throat right now. Pause. Pause. So first, we have to identify the projects. So the projects are people who are near the bottom of our organization, but are hungry to learn and to make lots of money. And we need to invest our time in them because they're new blood and they're going to keep bringing in new blood. And taprooting, he means going to the very bottom of your organization. And he's going to say later that he is level blind. He doesn't care if you're on his second level or on his 25th level. Second level would just mean John recruited Mark and then Mark recruited Debbie, and Debbie would be on John's second level. What else? And then he's saying your business is either growing or dying. It's never just plateauing. And he's going to talk more about that in a second. And I have stuff to say about that too, of course. Even if the family members want to be supported but can't, they still get blocked. Yep. Many financial experts say you shouldn't spend your money on a luxury car, even if you can afford it. I'd rather spend my money on a down payment for a house. Not worth it. Yes, you are right.
be in a maintaining or a stagnant phase. You might say, oh, my business is stagnant. That means it's dying, right? If you're not bringing in new people and your team isn't bringing in new people, it's an emergency, right? Because those new people are bringing in new customers. Those new customers are doing new posts, referral posts. Those new customers are referring customers, and a new customer can become a new distributor, a new marketer. So it's all about the new people. So you as a lead.
Imagine the pressure that you must feel when you either your business is growing by you recruiting more people, or you are failing, or your business is dying. What if you just maintain your rank? What if you maintain your paycheck if you're actually getting one? What if you have repeat customers? The number of people in your business isn't changing, but your income is also not changing. Your sales are also not changing. Why does that mean your business is dying? Why is it black and white? Why can't it just be I'm maintaining the level that I'm comfortable being at and I'm happy and content where I am? This is just an unreasonable amount of pressure to be putting on yourself to always think that if I'm not bringing in all these new people, my business is dying. Also interesting that he said there's no reference of customer sales in making sure your business does not die. That's interesting because we know that an MLM business is not really based on customer sales. Your customer sales isn't necessarily going to grow your business. You need to be focused on bringing recruits into your business and then those people purchasing their personal volume requirements. I don't know why my throat is so scratchy. It's been fine all day until I start talking.
Leader, you need to be connecting with those newest people. See, here's my mindset. Number one, if I work on the bottom of the line, right, the tap rooting concept, right? That tap rooting concept is I'm working on the bottom of the line. I'm working with those newest people because if I'm helping them create success, especially if there aren't any other leaders between me and them, and I can drive that line 5 deep, 10 deep, that line is going to last a long time. That's what I've noticed. When I drive a line 5 levels or 10 levels deep, eventually you're going to find a leader. But here's the thing. Imagine, how do you start a fire? From the bottom up, right? You burn it from the bottom up. So if this person down here, you're helping them get some customers, rank advance, you're shouting them out, they're recruiting, they're acting on their own team. How much more motivated are all these people? Isn't it less likely that these people are going to make excuses and quit because they've got a fire burning under them? Like, how many of you would be a little more motivated if Nadia and I were on your team? Anyone? Would anyone be more excited? A little bit more excited than you are right now if you had Nadia and I on your team. Do you think
So we need to make sure that we're taprooting into the bottom of our organization to light a fire under a team's belly, because we start a fire from the bottom. And so if we have the brand new person who's 10 levels down from John Melton, who's the superstar of his company, and they're ranking up and they're getting customers, and that's going to motivate the people above them. And sure, I guess so. But of course, I think it's going to impact everyone's business above them, because everyone above them is going to get volume off of their purchases. Certain people above them are going to rank up when that person ranks up. And so it's not shocking that that would motivate people in their upline, because their upline is also going to see rank advancements and more money. Okay, Monica said, at least he is more enthusiastic than Ray. I'll give him that. He is a decent speaker. He is personable, and I prefer listening to him than Ray. Yes. And I made a face when he said, oh, how many of you would be more excited if you had Nadia and me, his wife, on your team? Huh? Would you? And I just think that's like conceited. Having a big ego, assuming that everyone in network marketing would just be thrilled to have you on their team just because you've recruited a lot of people. I know that's what makes you a celebrity in network marketing, having a massive team, but John's personality may not mesh well with every single MLM person in the world, and I think it's very presumptuous to assume that everyone would want him on their team. I'm just yapping a lot today. Agree, Monica, he's easier to watch than Ray. Yes. I definitely want to expand my MLM coach repertoire, and I'm going to Google and find ones that I haven't covered yet. There's so much Ray I can take. Same here.
Someone like us would be on your team if you weren't excited first. You probably have to be excited first in order for those people to even look in your direction or end up on your team. See, excitement is contagious. Some people say, well, I am excited. I am excited, John. So excited. I love this business. It's amazing. Tell your face. Tell your face. Show up with enthusiasm, with some posture, even if you got to fake it till you make it. Now,
show up with posture. Did he get this from Ray? Are him and Ray besties? And so he's saying that excitement is contagious. And so if you're excited, then your team members will also be excited. I think this is just another way to revert the blame from the business structure to the individual, because if his downline goes up to him and says, hey, John, I'm not making any money. I'm doing what you're telling me to do, but I'm going into debt. He could say, well, you are not taprooting into your organization. You're not supporting people at the bottom of your downline. And you're also not being excited. Your downline picks up on your facial cues, picks up on your enthusiasm, and it's your fault because you're not enthusiastic enough, and they're just duplicating your behavior. I see some example, not posture. Yes. So if you like Ray Higdon or like watching anti-MLM Ray Higdon stuff, then he says posture a lot. That's one of his 4 P's. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. It's like posture, the belief in what you're doing, regardless of external acceptance or approval. I feel like I got the first part of that wrong. If anyone knows the Ray's definition of posture, let us know. Yes, not posture. LOL, the posture, right? Oh. I think all of them say the same crap. Yes. What is this guy's last name? I can't think of it. John Melton. So the YouTube name is John and Nadia Melton. Over and over. I'm not sure what that's in reference to, Elaine, but I'm happy you're here. Thank you for joining. Posture, walk like a winner. Yeah, Ray Higdon, we've watched him on the channel before, Gary. He has his own definition of posture. Posture, position, 2 more, I don't know. I used to know, because I used to watch a lot of Ray's videos. It was like the main MLM coach I would cover, but I don't remember now. I'll be lurking mostly, but hi to Clamtown. Thank you for joining. I want to go subscribe to the Clamtown immediately if you haven't already. That's right. Thanks. You're welcome. Yeah, he's an interesting one. Lots of content on his channel.
I prefer faith it till you make it. But look, if you got a fake excitement in the beginning because you're really just super nervous, it's okay. You have to sometimes borrow your mentor's enthusiasm, borrow their success story when you don't have one, borrow their belief when you don't have much. You should be leveraging the tools. Don't be a fool. Use the tool, right?
Don't be a fool. Use the tools. Are we in Amway? This is Amway, sir. So he's talking about faking it until you make it. He prefers faith it until you make it. But a big issue I have with MLM advice is a lot of it is relevant in day-to-day life that has a more sinister undertone in the MLM context. We've all faked being confident in, say, like social situations, a party, first day at a new job, when we're like losing our shit internally, but on the outside, we're professional. We're like looking our new coworkers in the eyes and talking to them, even though we're freaking out. I think we've all faked feeling confident in certain environments. And I think that's a normal thing, at least for me. Let me know if you disagree. But in this case, it's faking that you know what you're doing, faking that you actually have had success in the MLM business, even if you haven't, or just lying, straight up lying, and using your upline success story as your own because you no longer have one. So I think it's normal and reasonable to fake feeling confident in day-to-day life, but I think faking it until you make it in MLM is just another form of toxic positivity, because maybe it's not that you're not feeling confident. It could be that you are uncomfortable with what you're being told to do. You're being mistreated or bullied. You don't like the cold messaging, but instead you're told, oh, you're just not confident enough. You need to fake it. You need to be enthusiastic. I'm just blabbing. Sorry. Okay. MLM people repeating themselves. Yes, you are right. I gotcha. Thank you. Like the stream. Yes, if you'd like to, that would be awesome. No pressure though. How do you borrow something like that? Oh, do you mean borrowing belief? Borrowing belief of your upline. Yeah, interesting. Like, have you ever thought of borrowing the belief of somebody else? Like, I don't think I said that faking it until you make it is normal, at least for me. I don't think I've ever like took on the personality or the characteristics of someone else to be successful. Oh, you mean the sob story. You mean the sob story. I understand. I got confused. Yeah, make up the sob story, maybe exaggerate parts of your childhood to seem more dramatic, or maybe just like use the sob story of your upline. Raise posture definition. The belief in what you have, regardless of external posture definition. I can't read. I'm going to slow down for a second. I feel like I'm talking too fast and my brain is getting confused. Raise posture definition. The belief in what you have, regardless of external acceptance and approval. I was close. I think I said the belief in what you do, believing in what you do, but thank you, Lisa. And then Lisa says, raise 4 P's, pipeline, posture, position, and perspective. Yes. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa sounds like the definition of delusion, right? Toxic positivity, right? Like, everyone around you is questioning if you're in a pyramid scheme. Everyone around you is scared for you, but you just have to believe in what you have, regardless of the fact that your spouse is worried and your mom is wondering if you're in a pyramid scheme.
Right? Like you're the tool if you're not using the tools. And that's not good if you're brand new. So get yourself out of the way. Introduce your upline to the prospect, right? The A player on your team. Get your upline to help you talk to that influencer, that A player, that person with business experience, that person that has some credibility. They have some success in their current business, but they're keeping their options open to making money and diversifying their income. They're keeping their options open to monetizing their social media. So anyway, this is just such a big mistake I see is people are trying to recruit the person all by themselves. And I'm not just talking about recruiting like A players and business owners and people that make a lot of money or have a lot of influence. I'm talking about normal people too. Like, listen, let me tell you this. Let me tell you my process. I get someone with no experience or tons of experience. It's the same thing. This is another mistake I see. People are like not keeping it simple. They're freaking over complicating it. They're bombarding this person with too much, too fast, too soon.
They're overcomplicating it because it's complicated. Maybe they're bombarding them with too much information because that's what they were told to do by their upline, or they're realizing that it's confusing, it's convoluted, and they feel like people need to have all the information available to them before they make a decision. We know in MLMs, people are told to be as brief as possible, to provide as little information as possible. So people are curious, so people will ask you questions, and you just have to be really careful about how you craft your responses to keep people on the hook and engaged in the conversation. Sadly, I've become a Ray Higdon expert by watching all of Julie Anderson's videos and lives. Oh, yes, same. I've heard that uplines can steal the potential recruit. Ooh, what do you mean? Like in MLMs or in a specific company? Tell us what you mean. Well, me too. I remember all the stuff she said about him. Yeah, I really like Julie Anderson. She's great.
I tell people, listen, I'm going to take you through the same process I take everyone through so you can see the system in action. I'm going to add you to our product group so you can learn more about the products and see the incredible results people are getting on our products, especially our top selling hero systems, right?
Top selling hero system. Did you guys hear that? Hero system MLM. What is a hero system? I just typed in hero system and MLM and nothing came up. I was hoping like something specific would come up. I don't know what a hero system is. Okay, it doesn't matter. And he's saying add them to a product group so they understand how amazing the product is and they see all the brilliant testimonials. Products don't matter. They only need to like them enough to think that there's enough value in purchasing it every single month. Uplines like John or people at the very top of the company, they don't really care if you're getting results, if you feel like you are getting value from the product. They care only if you continue to purchase and contribute to their volume, in my opinion. Okay, let's keep going.
Our weight loss system, our collagen system, our anti-aging system, our gut health system, right? Our women's health system.
Is he in Modere? Melaleuca? Like, which company is he in? And I couldn't find it. I Googled it and I couldn't find it. And I just wonder, like, why can't you find which companies these coaches were in? And Sarah Robbins was easy enough. I just like found her on LinkedIn and then I saw she's with Rodan and Fields. But I just wonder why it's so secretive. If you present a recruit to your upline, the upline might put that new recruit under them instead of the original Hun that contacted that person. Can't remember exactly when I heard it. Oof. Not surprised, but that's terrible.
Our goal is to get people in the product group because they need to believe in the product. If they're excited about the product, they're going to be way more excited about the business. Isn't that common sense? If they're excited about the product and the results it provides to people, wouldn't that make sense that they'd be more open to promoting the product, at least trying the product?
I have a lot to say. I'm sorry for pausing at every 0.2 seconds. He's saying if people are excited about the product, then they're more likely to be excited about the business. But I've seen videos of people in Arbonne or Beachbody who sign up to be a distributor without even trying the products, without like they just ordered their box and then they're a distributor. So that's not always the case. Like you would think people would try the product first, at least for like a month or two, to see if it actually leads to anything. But a lot of the times people will just jump in right away because their uplines will say, you do not need to try the products. They're amazing. You're going to love them. Just jump in. Take messy action. He may have never been in an MLM. They're all liars, right? He could be making this up. You're totally right. Yeah, I think it is Modere. Doesn't it sound like Modere, though? Doesn't it sound like it? Yeah. Who knows? I only knew that Raymond was in Numis Network because I did that video with Russell Brunson and him, and Russell was like, I was in your Numis Network downline, and that's the only way I figured that out.
Number two, we're getting them in the group that's all about the opportunity, the business. It has the comp plan video, the getting started video. There's testimonials, there's excitement, there's recognition, there's rank advancements. So I'm showing them the system. I'm not just telling them the system. I'm adding them to the group. I'm tagging them in the videos. I don't give a new person, a prospect, all the things. I give them the things they're looking for, the things they're interested in. Now, if you go, well, John, my person wants this or they want that, or they're asking questions about this, I don't know what to say. Again, why are you trying to be the one knowing all the things you're trying? Look, the problem is you're trying to be the friend. You're trying to be the mentor, the sponsor. That's too much. You got to get yourself out of the way. So if you're not recruiting, it's because either having business because you scared money don't make money. Scared money don't make money. Number two, you're not using the tools. You're not adding them to the group, tagging them in the video. And number three, you're not introducing them to someone else. You must.
So when we recruit people, we need to make sure we are not the only one with all the answers. We need to get them connected to the groups where they can see the compensation plan video, where they can learn about testimonials and how they get started. So when we should not be in the situation where we're feeling overwhelmed with all the questions people are asking us, because we need to be able to direct them to the tools. We're a fool if we don't use the tools. Is that what he said? I don't remember. And then also he said if we're not recruiting, it's because we're not having business conversations, we're not connecting them to the tools, and we're scared. But sir, like the connecting them to the tools happens after we're recruiting them, not before. So that is not a relevant answer. Also, if we are actually scared, if we are actually worried about what we're doing, that should be considered a red flag, in my opinion. And we should be thinking through whether or not we still want to be in this business structure. Maybe we're being told to do something that oversteps our ethical, moral boundaries, and maybe we need to get out. Also, maybe we're not recruiting because, sir, if you are an upline in Modere, if you type in Modere into YouTube, you'll see countless anti-MLM videos, all different styles of videos, different kinds of content that's being provided that showcases how unethical the business structure is, how people are taught to lie and manipulate, and how people are likely not going to make any money. And I really don't. Eric Borey does this a lot too. He seems to be separating the behavior of the downline from the MLM industry itself, wondering why, like, hey, why do you think you have to do everything yourself? Why aren't you having proper conversations? Well, these downlines are taught how to function in their business from their upline. If the downline is not having proper conversations, they were not told or showed how to do that. If like someone thinks that they have to be the one to answer all the questions, it's because they were taught that. Anyway, sorry, blabbing a lot. Information control, yes. Want to get them into a group where you can control the information that they have access to. Oh, we guessed. Look at that. What a great guess. I found something from 2016 saying he and his wife are in Modere. Awesome. Thank you, Lisa. That's great. I was only added to the group chats after I was recruited, correct? Nobody's teaching them how to have real conversations since all their conversations turn to transactions. Yes, like I don't think you can't connect the bad behavior we see in all these videos from the MLM CEOs, from the industry in general, because I don't think anyone is just like, hey, I'm going to trick this vulnerable person into joining my business. I think that would be so fun. I don't think anyone just naturally wants to do that. I think people are taught really negative, really toxic behaviors, and it's perpetuated from toxic uplines who learned toxic behavior from their uplines who learned it from the CEO and so on. And it's just like the crappy behavior of Beachbody coaches is Carl's fault. And it trickles down to the 15-star diamonds and makes its way down the pyramid. I don't know what my point is. Yes, I totally agree. Heather has a bad attitude, right, Mark?
Get yourself out of the way. Like when I do a group chat, and again, I still do this. I tell people, hey, listen, I'm going to add you to a couple groups so you can learn more about the company, the products, and how we make money. Tomorrow, when I follow up with you, I'm going to introduce you to some of the amazing leaders we get to work with every day for two reasons. One, I want you to meet other people and get inspired and get excited. But number two, I want you to see how there's so much support here. So you don't have to be the end all be all and know all the things. Do you know how many times I get people telling me they don't recruit because they don't know what to do with people? They don't recruit because they don't know what to do with people. They're not confident.
You didn't teach them, sir. If they're in your downline, it's your job to teach them what to do with people when they recruit them. So you got to improve your leadership skills, John.
That they can teach someone to build their business. But I need you to write this down. It's not about you. Thank God someone shared this opportunity with me. Network marketing changed my life. Thank God my best friend, Mike Callahan, 21 years ago, didn't prejudge me and say, well, John's got a tongue ring and earrings and he's a drunk punk loser and he gets in tons of fights and he's like this badass person that, like, not in a good way, by the way, like he gets arrested and he drinks all the time, he does drugs, and he's just like not a good person. Thank God he didn't judge me and got me into network marketing and introduced me to not only personal development and mentorship, but Nadia Melton. For those of you,
just because someone is struggling with drug addiction and criminal activity and like partying, that doesn't mean they're a bad person. I don't like that. Like, you can have significant struggles in life and still be a great person who's trying their best to improve and to like move past their trauma and their issues. And like, of course, John, someone's not going to prejudge you when you are that in such a vulnerable situation, because you were like a young person who is experiencing significant challenges. In my opinion, if this is true, if this is not exaggerated, John would have been the perfect recruit for the majority of people, right? So I don't really understand what he's talking about there. Drunk Punk, new band name, called it. Props to the way John submitted his sob story, right? Right. Oh, thank you, DC. That's so nice. I appreciate that. I was watching your stream up until like 5 minutes before my stream. So thank you so much for rating my stream. That is so nice of you. Hi, Melissa. He was vulnerable and was taken advantage of, right? Totally. Hi, Calcium. Thank you for being here. Raid. Yes, raid. 51 people from DC's raid. Thank you, DC. I've never had this many people before. I can't keep up with the comments. Oh, Jessica, do you know this guy? Have you seen videos on him before? What up, raiders? Hey, Tanya, how's it going? Oh, Dave's here. Hi, Dave. Thank you for being here. So nice to see you. Raid, Anastasia says, hi, Anastasia. Thank you for being here. John Melton, a great tie into the Jesse Lee Ward stream. John Melton was Jesse Lee's upline. I did not know that. I didn't know that. Hi, Squid. Hi, JC. Hi, Nis. Hi, everybody. I'm just trying to see if there's any new people here. Hi, Mr. Ranger Lab. Thank you for joining my stream. Hi, Sam. Hi, Natalie. I don't think I've seen you here before. Yeah, hi, everyone. Hi, all the new people. Hi, people who have been in my streams before. I really appreciate that. Hi, Dragon of Courtesy. And hi, Av. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate that. That's really nice of you. Also found a list of top 200 earners in network marketing for 2023. John and Nadia Melton are 67th on the list with the income of $2.6 million. Wow. That's a lot. Raiders, make sure you all like the stream. Yeah, thank you to DC for rating my stream. That's really nice. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who's in the chat as well and who hangs out for a bit. And yeah, I really appreciate it. It's really nice of you guys. Hi, Tanya. Thank you for being here. Yeah, Melissa, I didn't know that he was Jesse Lee's upline. That's interesting. Oh, hi, Coconuts. Hi, Erica Jean. Hi, Crystal Allen. Hi, Pamela. Hi, BB. Oh, I don't think I've seen Aranel Jones here before. Hi, Aranel, and thank you for stopping by. So, KD, we're watching John Melton talk about recruiting mistakes he sees people make. We've realized that he is a top distributor in Modere, and he's also an MLM coach, and he was Jesse Lee Ward's upline. Oh, hi, Bree. Thank you for joining. Thank you for rating. Hi, Rebecca. Cool. Awesome. Yay. Okay. I think I said hi to people. And let's keep going.
That aren't sure about your recruiting, you have to do things before you're ready. I'm sorry. It is what it is. And by the way, write this down, write this down, write this down. Please write this down. It is not your responsibility to make someone else successful. Oh. Let me ask you this. Did someone else make you successful? It's kind of like, we talk a lot about leadership development and creating independence and pouring into people. And obviously I love that, but nobody developed me. I developed me. Listen, some of you just need to drop the.
In our Amway videos we've watched, we hear people say it's not your upline's fault if you fail in your business. But we've heard Rocky say this before. But it's your upline's doing if you succeed. So John's saying it's not his responsibility to make sure people succeed, but then he's going to make sure that it's not on him if you fail. Does that make sense? I kind of twisted that around. I feel like they're very contradictory. Like Rocky, my success is due to my upline, but if you fail, it's your fault. It's not my fault as your upline, right?
Ego. Ego stands for edging God out. Your ego ain't your amigo. What weighs more, your ego or your bank account, right, baby?
Yeah, baby.
You're not.
Ego stands for edging God out. What weighs more, your ego or your bank account? So we hear a lot in MLM that ego is such a huge issue, and that's why you're not finding success, because you are letting your ego take over and you're afraid of rejection, and that's why you aren't able to recruit people. That's why people aren't joining your team, and if they do join, that's why they're not sticking around. Again, just another way to shift the blame, right? Like it's not the unethical business structure. It's the fact that you have a big ego, and that big ego is leading you to worry about people's reactions to you, to worry about your mom thinking that you're in a pyramid scheme, worrying about your relationship with your spouse, and not wanting to embarrass yourself in front of your old friends on Facebook, and you not wanting to advertise your business, right?
You're not responsible to make sure someone else is successful. You're responsible to support them and be a positive influence and give them guidance and tips and insights and respond to their messages. You don't have to respond right away, but obviously you're not going to wait 3 days to respond either. But you are there to support them.
So Monica said, it is if you recruit them. Yes, it is your responsibility to help them if you recruit them into the business. It should be your job. It should be a big part of your job description to guide them throughout the business. And if they're not succeeding because they're doing what you told them to do, then that is also on you, sir. Like, you also have to take responsibility for the success of your people. But we know if you're not making any money in Modere, in Amway, it's not their fault. It's not Amway Corporate's fault. It's your fault because you're not following the directions. Heather, you didn't write it down, right? I forgot.
Steer them in the right direction, but you also should set the right expectations. If you don't have a lot of influence and experience doing something like this, it's probably going to be a slow go. You just got to keep it real. Like, most people do not make a lot of money fast. The company I'm in, we did recruit 38 people the first month. We did hit elite the first month and a half, whatever. It took us a month and a half to enroll 38 personal people. Our team produced over 100,000 in volume. We made 17,000, but that's because we had 14 years of experience before we got started, and we'd done right by people. We had a good reputation. We have an even better reputation now today, and people.
Does anyone know what company he was in before Modere? So he had 14 years of experience, which is why he had so many people recruited into his personal downline so quickly. I think that just goes to show that you're not going to have his level of success in MLM unless, say, you brought over a massive downline from another MLM into Modere, unless you are already a massive influencer with like 20, 50,000 followers or subscribers on YouTube. And they like to say, we all start off on the same playing field. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are. We can all figure it out together. But if you come in with 100 followers on Instagram versus someone coming in with like 10,000 on Instagram, the person with 10,000 followers is going to have an easier time, right? JC, this is perfect. Yes, if you succeed, it is because of him, but if you fail, that's on you. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you, JC. Quick, everyone, write this down. That's not what ego is, sir, right? Heather always makes sense. Thank you, Mark. JL copied her whole personality from John. They say John acts like JL, but John taught JL, and so JL is a mini John Melton. Oh, interesting. Lick the stream. Thank you, Lefanic. I appreciate that. No, ego is a villain in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, sir. Exactly. They will take the compliments when they succeeded, but it's your fault if you fail. I'm glad you guys understood what I was trying to say. Ego is about self. Stop making things up, right? Especially because they say they'll help you when you recruit you. Yes, they do. Rocky has upline issues. Yes, because he told us to submit to our uplines. You're right, Anastasia. I'm going to make a recorded video you can replay and make sure you don't forget to write down everything I say, right? Funny.
But trust us, and we treat them like humans. We follow the golden rule: treat people the way you'd want to be treated.
Well,
but at the
and
same time,
also-
we don't want to do it for them. We're not
Yeah.
babysitters. I'm sorry, baby. Go ahead.
But to make a professional level of income, you have to look at it A, as a profession, and B, to get
Mm.
professionally trained. And so many people
Does anyone know when he joined? Monica asked a good question. Does anyone know if he was in when Jesse Lee was in? Like, that was a long time ago. I don't know exactly when. Let us know if you know. I'm way behind in the comments, so I might not get there for a while.
come into this industry, baby, because, they're told, oh, it's easy, oh, it's fast, right? I think it's
Because sometimes it is.
sometimes,
But that's for a very tiny percent of people.
That's right. It's an exception, not the rule.
And the issue is that it's represented that it's going to be that easy for everyone and that everyone will be able to find your level of success. But then you just said that you recruited that many people so quickly because you had 14 years experience. Now, we don't know if that's 14 years experience in MLM or if you just had like your own business, if you were in a profession where you had a really big built-in audience. But either way, you just said that you were at a greater advantage coming into MLM, and that's why you were able to be so successful.
Cool. Have you seen that movie?
Boom.
He's not that into you. Some evergreen
Erica, I agree. If my boss screamed in my face like that, I would just be like, nope, and I would go home.
discussed.
But recruiting is something you want to master, and it solves all your problems. If your business isn't growing, my question is, are you? If you're not enrolling, you're not recruiting, you're not bringing in new people, then why would your team do it? If you're not doing it, they're not going to do it. And if you're not doing it, that's why your business is where it is. And we're still enrolling people. We're still recruiting. Now, you might say, well, John, it's easier for you now. Yeah, no kidding. How do you think I got good at it? If you had to take a guess, how do you think we got good at video?
Yeah.
How do you think we got good at anything we're good at? How did you get good at anything you got good at? By what? Can you like research a sport and get good at it? Can you read about a sport?
I like the way you
or do
use
you
that
have to
analogy.
actually like pick up the ball and play the freaking game?
Like, I remember setting a goal to just having X amount of conversation.
He's not wrong. Like, you have to actually practice things in order to have success. Like, I can't become an amazing hockey player by just reading about it in books, but it doesn't matter how much you practice. It doesn't matter like the amount of tools you access, like he told us, the amount of videos you look at. Like, you are not going to be able to recruit people unless those people don't know that Modere is a scam, unless they don't have family members who've been in an MLM and who've been like wronged by it, unless they don't have any knowledge of the MLM business structure. It's not going to matter how much you practice. Hey, the Comfy Kitchen. Thank you for being here. It's his fault if they can't sell. It's his responsibility to train them. Yes, it is his fault. You are correct. He talked about success, but he does not mention why he switched from the previous company to Modere. If your MLM was so great, why change? Yeah, which MLM was he in? Does anyone know? 58 people, that's a new high. Yes, because DC was nice enough to transfer Pure People to my stream, and that was really nice of her. So thank you to DC. Hi, Andrea. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Hi, Natalie. The way people want to be treated equals not scammed by other people. Yes. Yes. You can't say you want to help people and treat them kindly if you're also like keeping them in an MLM scam, in my opinion. Since MLMs recruit everyone, it's not professional, it's not a corporate, it's people with no experience trying to sell and recruit. Yes. His tone is condescending. Her interruptions weren't clear on her intent. Did they plan this training or were they trying to be relatable? Good question, Rebecca. Good question. Hey, everyone. Hi, Danielle. So you can, if you like business coaching, financial coaching stuff, then I would definitely suggest you go subscribe to Danielle. Her videos are fantastic. Okay, bye. Have a good dinner. And then DC said they were in Velma before. Oh, interesting. Thank you, DC.
And now teach 100 conversations. Like, if you suck at recruiting, you're really bad at it, If you have 100 conversations in 30 days and you throw everything at it, but the kitchen sink, just try different conversations, maybe different scripts, different prompts. Do you lead with the business? Do you lead with the product? Do you talk to professionals? Do you talk to moms? Like, just play with all of it within 100 conversations. And I promise you, clarity is going to be power in 30 days, because you're going to know what you like, what you don't like, what works, what doesn't work. And then you're going to get into this beautiful flow.
It's all about filling the funnel.
So she told us we need to aim to have 100 conversations a month. That reminds me of the video we saw with Michael Neiman from Beachbody months ago on my channel, where he said have 100 business celebrations a month. I think wanting to have that many conversations is just a way to distract you from the fact that you're not making any money, that you're going into debt, and that your life is literally imploding around you, in my opinion. Also, let's think of the fact that they probably, I don't want to be shallow and weird, but they're both young. They're both like conventionally attractive. They're both well-spoken. They both seem very intelligent. And I think like their whole package would make it easier for people to trust them and to want to listen to them. And I think literally just like their appearance, how they present themselves also puts them at an advantage.
You have to keep feeding the beast. Now, how many of you have people that aren't joining?
Feeding the beast? You mean the MLM business structure beast? And Dave said something, I don't know where it was because I'm having a lot of comments. Dave said, like, why aren't we talking about customer sales? Yes, why aren't we talking about customer sales? Why is the only way to keep our business going recruitment? A million years ago, another Beachbody video with Doug, whatever his name is, he was saying the only way to get week leg volume in your Beachbody business is through recruits. And I'm thinking, Doug Moss, why can't we sell 100 personal volume points to a customer? It's because there's very little actual outside customer sales in these MLMs. Oh,
they're kind of on the fence.
Oh yeah, I literally had Dave's comment like highlighted, and I was like, where did the comment go? What did Dave say?
And you're like, what do I do to get him off the fence? I put him in the group. I followed up with them a couple times. They're not pulling the trigger. Well, you can take it away from them. This has worked like a charm for me over the years. I did this in mortgages. I've done this in network marketing, and I have no problem taking it away, right? If Julie's one of my prospects and she's not responding, or she's kind of like dragging her feet, I might say, hey, Julie, listen, I would love to work with you. And I know you've got some big goals and things you want to accomplish, but you haven't responded to my last few messages. And look, I know you're super busy. I know I got a lot going on, so I can totally relate. If you want, I can just cross you off my follow-up list for now. And maybe if you want, we can talk again in a month or 6 months or a year from now. Your biggest competitor is indecision. People just can't decide.
We've heard Ray say things like that too. Like you have to pull the opportunity away from them and then they're going to want it more. Who did we just, it might have been Eric. It might have been Eric who said like, just send them a message, say like, hey, I'm worried about you. We've been chatting about the opportunity. And then you said and then you just stopped talking to me. I hope you're okay. I hope you're fine. But this is going to be my last time reaching out to you. And then they're like more likely to reach out and try to contact you because you took the opportunity away. And I think like that's really manipulative to like trick someone into thinking that they actually want the opportunity, right? Just because you like superficially took it away. DC, where did you find his resume? Because I just like Googled him and found his LinkedIn and it had like no information on it. I'm going to read a few comments. Can't imagine trying to talk to 100 people a month, right? I don't want to talk to 10 people, let alone 100. Yes. 10 people, I know. Yeah, I'm not talking to strangers. Same. Says he got to the rank President's Club Regional Vice President in 2011. Interesting. And then he was in Vemma and now Modere. Ooh. That's so good, DC. I've been able to piece it together. So NFM 2004 to 2008, then ACN, then Vemma, then Modere. How did you guys find this stuff? How did you do it?
It's not other companies.
No.
The truth is there are people that you're going to friend up today, or you're going to ATM today, or you're going to get them on the product today. They're not going to join you for 2 years. You just have to know that to be true, but you don't know that when you're new. So it's hard to have that certainty and that confidence. So in the beginning,
So people you friend up today aren't going to join you for 2 years, but the majority of people in MLMs aren't going to make it 2 years because they're going to realize that they're not making any money and that they're being bullied. And so a lot of them will exit. And so, John, I wonder, do you tell people that when you are recruiting them or when you're training them? Or I feel like it wouldn't be when they're recruiting them. It would be once they're in. When you're trying to recruit them, you're going to say, it's so easy. Just share the products that you love. And then when you're in, you're going to tell them that it takes up to 2 years of talking to someone or of them being on the product for them to actually join you. I think it's a good switcheroo there.
make up in numbers what you lack in skill. So if you kind of suck, embrace the suck. It just means you got to talk to more humans.
Yeah.
But those are all seeds planted. You also have to, and I know I said it, I'm going to say it again and again, master the mundane, master the basic steps. Like this is what I'm literally talking to some of the biggest leaders on my own team, in my own organization. This is happening where they're like getting new people overwhelmed because they're overwhelmed. And I'm like, stop it. Here's what I do. I create conversations through proactive, intentionally connecting, right? Reaching out to people, and through my content. So I'm marketing, I'm prospecting, I'm posting with a purpose, right? I'm marketing my face off. I'm showing up and doing videos like this every day. I'm doing posts every day. And then I'm connecting with people on the back end. And then I'm ATMing people. And then I'm doing group chats. That's it. I add them to the group. I tag them in a video or two. And then I put them in a group chat.
Yeah.
Every single person goes into a group chat.
That's not innovative. All MLMs have group chats, and then you're in like 60 different group chats. And I feel like you would just have like notifications going off constantly. He said to master the mundane. And I think, Danielle, if you're still here, I'm going to zoom down so I can see. Danielle, if you're still here, you're an actual small business owner. I'm sure you've had to master the mundane, like the things that you don't like to do in your business that you have to like, could be like the accounting, could be the sending out the products. It could be the taxes, right? Like I'm sure small business owners have things that they need to do that they don't enjoy. And so I think the mastering the mundane thing really, Danielle just said bookkeeping, right? Mastering the mundane thing is a really relatable thing for actual small business owners. And I think a lot of the advice that they give is reasonable on the broader level. Master the mundane. Practice makes perfect, right? That's all true. But then in the MLM, mastering the mundane turns into just cold message the 200 people a day. Just do it. You have to master the mundane in order to be successful, right? And Danielle said, also dealing with my email inbox, right? Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. And everyone at their job has things that they don't like doing and that they wish wasn't a part of their job description. But for me, it's like, say, writing about a boring topic, right? Like, I don't know what's going on. Maybe I don't like the topic, but I'm not being scammed. I'm not being mistreated. I'm not being deceived while doing a more boring part of my job description, right? Plot twist, DC is the only member of the CIA. Watch out. They're part of the super sleuth squad that Aaron has. Which super sleuth squad? DC coming in clutch, right? DC is a baby FBI agent. I just put in John Melton Vema and John Melton ACN. Gotcha. I love living in Suckville. I live on Low Vibe Street. And then Chrissy says, I get out of group chats so fast. Yes, it's terrible to be in multiple group chats, right? I have a couple of group chats, but if I want a group chat, I just become more active in Discord. Yeah. I think I'm on some sort of blacklist because every time a hun on Facebook would contact me about the opportunity, I would use my writing skills to gaslight them, then blow them off.
Nadia, how amazingly simple is it? Like what I do, like she sees me, it's like literally it's almost crazy stupid how simple I have my follow-up book with everybody at ATM. I put every single person in a group chat, and then I follow up with them to see what
ATM is add tag message if you haven't heard that before. Fraser Brooks says fam, find add message, and he says that's how you turn strangers into friends. You find them, you add them, you message them.
they like best. If they're ready to get started, I stay in touch. Some of those people join right away, most don't, but you just keep finding creative ways. Like I get them on a Saturday team call. I let them know, like our company has this huge promo tomorrow where new customers get $20 off. I might do my own incentive. Write this down. You don't have to just wait on the company to do a promo. You do your own promo to knock off some of those fence sitters. That's why we do promos.
Yeah.
Because it's an excuse to follow up with people and it creates urgency. It gives people a reason to order. It gives you an excuse to follow up. And if there isn't a company promo, you can make your own. And you make it time sensitive. Like, listen, no pressure. I'm just letting you know this promo is on the table. I know you wanted to try the product. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee on empty boxes. It would mean the world to me if you supported me. But most importantly, I want you to get the results you're looking for. And right now, our system, our weight management system, our weight loss system is on sale. You can get a discount.
So when we have our own promos, how does that work? Like, are we giving people discounts and is that coming out of our own pocket? It'd be easy for John to do that when he's at the top of Modere and has a massive coaching MLM tool scam coaching business. But for the average person, they're not going to have the ability to discount products for people if that comes out of their paycheck. Also, he's saying, I'd really love it if you could support me, but I know that you've wanted the products for a long time. I think that's a really gross way to potentially manipulate your loved ones. Say it's like your friend or your mom, and you're like, I just want you to support me. And then you throw in, oh, but I think you'd love the products too. And I think Ray, one thing I agree on with Ray is that he says a business should not be built off of favors. And so he said that you should never expect a family member or a friend to do anything in your business and to do anything in your business and to purchase any products. And so I appreciate that. And John is trying to tell us that we need to guilt our family members into purchasing. And I really don't like that. I'm blabbery. Aaron B's days says the promos come out of the rep's pocket most of the time. Oh, Natalie, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. And I'm so sorry that you were dragged into Amway. Sorry, I was trying to read your comment and it was moving up and I was struggling and I couldn't click on it. Yeah, I'm so sorry that you're roped into Amway and that he dragged you to a conference. I feel like when we do our Amway videos, a lot of people say oh, I was almost recruited into Amway. Oh, my partner at the time tried to get me into Amway. And it's just so interesting that so many people have some kind of connection to Amway. Hi, Tanya. Got so mad when Facebook started allowing groups to have chats like the random cow group I'm in doesn't stop ever. I hate the promo crap so much. Distributors make F all as it is, then they're expected to do freebies and promos. Just puts them into more debt. I had to put water on for the mac and cheese. Yummy. Erin did say when she always gave sample products, it came from her pocket. The company did not provide her with postage, stamps, bags, etc., stuff like that, and shipping was out of pocket. Yes. Yes. Please don't feel bad for the blabbery. If we wanted to watch with no commentary, we'd go to his YouTube. Thank you, Clowntown. I appreciate that. That's really nice. Most of my follows I got as an author are people who follow me or like me because they want to. It's the only bit the Amway conference taught me to use. I feel like I didn't. Okay. So did they teach you the organic likes and follows are people who stay liked/followed? Is that the advice you mean? If so, I'm glad the terrible Amway conference actually gave you some usable tactical advice.
Discount.
Yeah.
Right. And you as a leader of a team, you're always looking to identify and encourage potential. You're a talent scout. People say, what kind of talent scout are you? I don't know what kind of talent you got.
Oh, that's
But
fun.
you're always looking to connect with people that have energy. They're optimists. They're positive. Like, you just like being around them. You like talking to them. Like, that's who I want to work with. Now, they might be in your organization right now. They might be 5 levels removed from you. You go, well, they're 5 levels. And look, I'm level blind. Write that down.
Yeah.
You should be level blind.
You
I don't
are
go, wait,
too.
what level is that person on? I don't care. Because at the end of the day, you're a fisherman. And the people on your team are fishing poles. Now, listen, I can go recruit people.
The people on our team are fishing poles and we're fishermen. Like, I don't think I've ever heard MLM distributors being called fishing poles before. And we have to be level blind. We have to be level blind because obviously, like, depending on which, like, compensation plan you have, chances are you are going to be making money off of most of your levels in some way. If it's I can't speak. If it's volume, if it's like percentage of commission, of course he's level blind. It's not because he wants everyone on his lower levels to actually have success. It's because he wants to make money off of people. So if someone 10 levels down is actually making money, and then the people above them are making money and making up, and then he's making more money.
But I'd rather help my teammates recruit 10 people.
Yeah.
They're taking action. They're fired up. They're getting after it. And then they're getting a result, which gives them more belief, which means they take more action.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's this constant and never ending.
Hey, Shadow, it's nice to see you. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it.
Excitement when you have new people coming in. But when you stop recruiting, it's so hard to get it going again.
Oh,
So this is why, like, momentum is so precious.
I'm telling you.
Please don't complain that you're overwhelmed with so many leads, or you have so many people to follow up with, or you're putting so many group chats. Because let me tell you, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
That is a blessing.
I don't appreciate people telling me how to feel. I'm one who, like, even if I'm being a little bit more emotional than I need to be, I think, like, as long as you're not being a dick about it and you're not yelling at people, I think all feelings are valid. All feelings are important. And if someone's feeling overwhelmed and stressed because of all their group chats and reaching out to 100 people a month, like Nadia told us, I think it's totally fair and reasonable for people to feel stressed. And I don't appreciate the polite gaslighting. I think it's gaslighting. Just like, oh, don't be overwhelmed. It's fine. It's a blessing. Your stress is made up. You're making this up. It's a blessing. And it's like, no, if someone is stressed, then it's valid and you need to validate their experience. I do not know how much he charges. We can look at his website in another stream though, but chances are they do not have the prices. Usually they don't. Sir, lean back. You're spinning on my screen. And like, yeah, the rest of us are stupid, unseeing fish. How are we fishing poles? Are we fishing poles because we need to, like, cast our fishing line into the bottom of our downline, see if we get any bites, if we get any business people who want to like grab onto our line and build a huge business so they can, like, start the fire from underneath my downline and make me even more money? Like, I don't really understand the fishing pole analogy. Do you? I don't get it. I just checked and I've been going strong as an anti-MLM since 2003. Nice. Said from a true fisherman. Pole. That's a fishing rod, ya numpty. I don't understand. Does anyone understand that? I don't mind being asked if I want to be added to a group chat. It's when I'm just added so I get pissed off. Yes. If there's something you don't like, it's fair to be pissed off and it's fair to verbalize that you're pissed off, right? Danielle, are you going live in 6 minutes? I remember seeing that you were going live at 6 o'clock my time. I don't think I can do rating or whatever, but like everyone here already watches Danielle. So at 6, make sure you go over to Danielle's channel in 6 minutes, and make sure you watch her live stream. We're almost done.
There are so many people that wish they had the amount of people in their inbox that you do. They wish they had too many people joining. They had too many leads. It is the ultimate blessing. Never take that for granted. And that's probably why we continue to show up every day, because we don't take it for granted. We're always looking for the people that are within our organization, whether they're a frontline recruit or they're 25 levels deep. If that's a person that's coachable and they're in my inbox and they're like, now obviously at some point you want to create some layered leadership, right? And like the leaders that are overriding those teams are probably going to take charge. You want that, but that doesn't mean you should ignore those people or you shouldn't support those people. However, on the flip side, I see some of you that have like 1 or 2 strong lines and you spend all your time there because it's easy. It's harder to work with brand new people. It's harder to go recruit new lines. But if you're
Of course, people are going to stay with their lines that are already established, because those are the ones that if they drop rank, those people, if those important established lines drop rank, then those people are going to affect your rank. And if you are focusing all your attention on brand new lines, which just means people, like lines in your business, then like there's no guarantee that they're even going to stay, because like Monica just said, there's a constant hamster wheel of recruitment, and if you are focusing all your attention on the new lines, they're going to quit. And then you're going to have to focus your attention on new lines. So yes, Danielle's live in 4 minutes, so make sure you jump over to her in 4 minutes, and we're almost done. Oh, Melissa's going to head out now. Bye, Melissa. Thank you for being here. I lived in England when the Amway stuff happened, but while I had my info stolen by an Avon person for an MLM scam, she caused me to get a negative credit score that I needed to remove. Oh, that sucks. I'm so sorry. He's saying that his downline is fishing poles and people are fish. Once they catch the fish, then the fish turns into a fishing pole. That's confusing. That's confusing.
you're not doing it, like I said, I'm still doing it, right? We are still launching new teams. We are still in the trenches, working with brand new people with no experience and no influence. Why? Because I want to stay cutting edge. I don't want to ever get complacent. I think this is a major key. And this is a big issue with a lot of you is you're not treating your business like a business. You're treating it like a hobby. You're treating it like extra money. And in the beginning, that's what it is. But listen, in the early days, you're going to do more work and you're going to make less money. But in the later days, you're going to make way more money than you could ever imagine and do less work. I'm not saying I don't still work, but now I do all the easy stuff, the stuff I enjoy doing. I don't have to do the grinding and the hustling and the, 25 Zooms a day and countless three-way calls and home meetings. And by the way, we don't teach that stuff nowadays anyway, but we had to pay the price to deserve the success that we desired, the success we're having today.
So he's saying that like at some point you will get to the point where you don't have to work as much, and not that he doesn't work. He is just able to do the fun things that he enjoys. And it's like, at what point do we actually have the time freedom that John and Nadia Melton would have? Is it when you are like a multimillionaire? Is it when you're at the top rank of the company? Is it when you're like a Jesse Lee Ward and Prove It? Because they all bring you in with the promise of time freedom. And then when you're in, I think it's a real bait and switch. And they just twist it around on you and say like, you're not making money because let's try to think of some learnings from this video, because you're not excited enough. You're not taprooting your organization and working from the bottom of your downline to build strong leaders. You are expecting yourself to teach your downline everything about the business. You're not connecting them to the tools. You're not having 100 conversations a day. You're not having business conversations. I feel like I'm repeating myself. Like there's all these different things that are like diverting the attention from the business structure to the individual. And I think it's also things that like you can't really measure it, right? You can't really measure if someone is excited enough. I guess you can measure the 100 conversations a month or a day, but there are a lot of these things that they are measuring success. They're not quantifiable. They're very subjective. And so your upline can just gaslight you into thinking that you're not following their directions when you actually are. Okay. So let me see. Yeah, so please stop using the phrase in the trenches. Yes, I agree. I don't like it. Monica said, it's not a business. You're a contractor. Yes. Yeah, like you have to follow John and Nadia Melton's guidance if you want to find their success. And if you're not as successful as them when you're in Modere, maybe even if you're in their downline, it's because you are not accessing the tools. You're a fool because you're not accessing the tools. We're in Amway, right? Want a modest but better option to earn an income? If you got the skill, you can write books, right? He was with at least 2 companies that were shut down by the FTC. Yes, we learned about that. Some people in the chat did some sleuthing for sure. It's definitely a bait and switch. Yes. Oh, bye, Danielle. Yeah, we're almost done, but make sure you go watch Danielle's stream. So yeah, this was really fun. Thank you to DC for like rating my live, and thank you to the people who stayed and watched even a little bit of it, like 45 people at the end. That's awesome. I've never had anywhere near that many people, even the 45 like hanging out with me for this long. So thank you to everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Someone in my chat on Sunday suggested I do a video on something called Trades of Hope, an MLM. So I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. So if you want to come and hang out and watch another stream, that would be really cool. And yeah, thank you for coming. So thank you, Shadow. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, Ove. Appreciate you being here too. Thanks, Heather. I've not heard of John and Nadia. Same. I have not. Oh, thank you. I've never had this many comments, and so I tried my best to like engage as best I could, but it was definitely a challenge for me, for sure. And yeah, bye, Monica. Bye, Sam. And bye, Janet. Thank you. And you're welcome, Gary. And I hope you have a good night too. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you have a great night. Bye.